Today, we're diving into a topic that hits home for many families: caregiving support. Whether you're caring for a spouse, a parent, or even thinking ahead to what you might need for yourself, caregiving is a major part of the aging journey. It can be incredibly rewarding, but let's be honest, it can also be stressful, exhausting, and sometimes a little confusing. But don't worry, I'm here to help break it all down so you can find the support you need without pulling your hair out. First off, let's recognize something important. Caregiving isn't a one size fits all situation. Care can look like different things for different people. It could be helping someone with day to day tasks, like cooking, cleaning, and driving to appointments, or it could mean providing full time medical support. Whatever caregiving looks like for you, it's essential to know that you don't have to do it all by yourself. Seriously, Superman retired years ago, and I haven't heard of him making a comeback. Let's start with in home care. Many seniors want to stay in their homes as long as possible, but this often means they'll need a little or a lot of help. In home caregivers can provide a range of services, from simple companionship to assistance with bathing, dressing, and even managing medications. It's all about helping with the daily stuff so that you or your loved one can live independently for as long as possible. In home care can be flexible. Maybe you only need a few hours a week, or perhaps you need someone around the clock. There are agencies that provide professional caregivers, but don't forget you can also hire independently. Just make sure anyone you hire has the proper qualifications and always ask for references. It's not just about finding someone who can do the job, but someone who will treat your loved one with kindness and respect. Now, what about adult daycare centers? Yep, they're not just for kids. Adult daycare centers are a fantastic resource for caregivers who need a break during the day, or for seniors who could use a little social interactions and fun. These centers offer supervised activities, meals, and sometimes medical services, all in a group setting. It's like a little vacation for everyone. Seniors get to socialize, and caregivers get a few hours to run errands or simply take a breath. Trust me, after a few hours off, even a trip to the grocery store feels like a spa day. Speaking of needing a break, let's talk about respite care. Respite care is short term care designed to give caregivers some time off, whether it's for a few hours, a weekend, or even longer. It's a great option when you need to recharge your batteries or take care of your own health and well being. Think of it like hitting the pause button on caregiving, except without having to worry about the pause turning into chaos. If you're caring for someone who requires more intensive 24/7 care, then nursing homes or assisted living facilities might be the right choice. These facilities offer professional staff who can manage complex medical needs, and they provide a safe, structured environment. I know the idea of a nursing home might seem overwhelming at first, but for many families, it's the best way to ensure their loved ones are receiving the level of care they need. Plus, let's be honest, sometimes even the best caregivers need a team to help handle it all. One of the most common questions I hear is, how do I pay for caregiving support? And that's a valid concern. Caregiving can get expensive. Fortunately, there are options. Medicare doesn't typically cover in-home care, but Medicaid might, depending on your state and financial situation. There are also long-term care insurance policies that help cover the cost of caregiving services, whether at home or in a facility. Don't forget to check for local resources too. Many communities offer free or low-cost services for seniors and caregivers, such as transportation, meal delivery, or even light housekeeping. Area agencies on aging are a great resource for finding support in your local community, and they often offer guidance on financial assistance too. Now, let's talk about the emotional side of caregiving. Providing care for someone you love can be incredibly fulfilling, but it can also lead to burnout if you're not careful. The stress, the physical demands, and the emotional toll can all pile up if you don't have the right support system in place. So let me be the first to say it's okay to ask for help. You're not failing as a caregiver if you can't do everything. You're human, after all, last time I checked. None of us come with a cape. One thing that can help avoid burnouts is setting boundaries and taking time for yourself. Whether that means scheduling time each day to read a book, take a walk, or even just enjoy a cup of coffee without interruptions, it's important to make space for you. If you're not taking care of yourself, it's a lot harder to take care of someone else. Also, don't underestimate the power of support groups. Connecting with others who are going through similar experiences can be incredibly uplifting. Whether it's an in-person group or an online community, sharing your challenges and hearing from others who understand can remind you that you're not alone. Sometimes just hearing someone say, "Yeah, I've been there," can make all the difference. Lastly, let's talk about caregiver support for you. If you're caring for a loved one, make sure you're also thinking about your own future. If something were to happen to you, who would take over? It's not an easy thing to think about, but having a plan in place, whether it's financial, medical, or logistical, can bring peace of mind. In our next episode, we'll dive into the topic of staying physically active as you age. We'll talk about why exercise isn't just important for your body, but for your mind too. Plus, I'll share some easy ways to stay active, no matter your age or fitness level. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for joining me today. Stay safe, stay secure, and remember, caregiving is a team effort. You don't have to go it alone. Whether you're caring for someone or being cared for, support is out there. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye, and thanks for reading, watching, and listening.